r/askReddit. Serious, what are some good ways to build up your self-confidence? Personally, exercise. Look good. Feel good. Helped my confidence shoot through the roof. I started at 18 and I'm 26 still going. Acceptance of who you are in the present. I had lived my whole life as I'll be the person someday and always saw myself as inferior to my future self. In the last year, I finally just said, I'm not that person in the future. I'm the person I am today. And that was in regards to a dozen things. I'd always been self-conscious about my physique, for instance. And so I'd buy clothing that I'd fit into eventually. And say that who I was today wasn't as fit as I was going to be eventually. And my self-confidence suffered from it because I was always demeaning myself that my present self wasn't good enough. There was this odd moment of zen where I simply came to say this is who I am. And that's not to argue I'm not constantly bettering myself. But the moment I accepted who I was able to own up to insecurities and face things I didn't like. And in effect, you become confident in yourself. Even if it's not in the ways you'd always strived for. Fake it till you make it. Also, walk confidently. No more hunching over. Keeping a clean room. I've heard the saying that a room is reflective of how cluttered your mind is. I find this to be true, and coming home to a clean room makes me feel like my life's just a little more on track. For me personally, playing and learning an instrument works perfect. You learn something, and if you are good at something, you can record it to let others hear. It's a great booster for me, at least. Just lie to yourself. The human brain is a dumb malleable sponge that doesn't know any fucking better. Beat it into submission with lies until you forget theory. Yes. Seriously, just stand up. Go look in the mirror and say 5 positive things about yourself. Do it when you wake up and before you go to bed. Give it like 2 months. Doesn't matter if they were true to begin with, you'll end up believing it. Note: try not to do this in front of other people because you will loom a bite Patrick Bitemini. Focus on the things that you are good at. Always remember that no matter how much it looks like people have it all figured out, no one does. Life does not come with a guide. We are all kind of winging it. Every person is interesting in some way. If you feel like you don't have enough topics to talk about, try to find a hobby. Learn. Explore. Talk to people. That's pretty much all I got. 2 things to consider in this question. The eyeball test. Everyone makes decisions upon what they see at surface value. This is why being in shape, keeping up hygiene, and keeping clean in general is an important step. Dress for success. Practice. Nothing is worse than freezing up in a moment where you need to be calm the most. Whether it be to yourself in the mirror, to your friends, family, or fellow students, co-workers. Practice takes time and discipline. Make small talks to people whom you happen to come across. Intentionally try to make a conversation happen. It's awkward at first, but over time, you find yourself a lot more sociable and confident. This tactic is ludicrously effective. Also, the line between nervousness and excitement are very blurred. Focus on how excited you are about what you are trying to accomplish when you are nervous. Train yourself to quickly transition between those 2 very similar feelings. There are enough people in the world who are willing to talk to you in good faith, such that you have the opportunity to build up your confidence in social interactions. It's okay to ask someone a question. For me, it clicked years ago in high school when a classmate once told me that I seem to have good things to say and asked me why I don't talk more. I eventually went from being a hopelessly shy person to a person eager for serious conversation. Having said that, encouraging a shy person like this would be a good way for those with more confidence to brighten other people's lives. Learning a new skill, then getting decently good at it such that people come to you for help. Mine is building repair, for instance. I'm not a professional, but I can think outside the box, and that's helpful, impressive to people who can't. For me, It isn't other people's opinions that matter nearly as much as the feeling of being useful. Otherwise, just drill into your mind constantly that you are worthy. You are important. You are a perfectly valid human being who deserves to be happy and feel confident. If you mean as far as social interaction, I have severe social anxiety and I've totally overcome it. The secret? Force yourself to accept that no one is better than you. They might be more successful, or attractive, or whatever, but they're just a human. And you're just a human. I use that baseline for every single interaction I have. Try freestyle rapping. It's hella fun even if you're trash BC, it's all a confidence game. To say shit that rhymes, and even if it doesn't, to say it confidently enough and switch to a next line. It's hella fun, you learn new words and it makes it easier to talk to people and keep a flow if that's something you've had problems with. Instead of trying to convince yourself to become confident, go learn to do something. Anything. Really. Just pick a skill you've always wanted and start learning about it. Practice it. Invest in it. Confidence is a side effect of being good at something. Confidence without competence is, really, arrogance and ignorance. Stand up big and tall, but don't make it look unnatural. Talk loud and clear to people. Let others and yourself know that you have strength and power. I saw this video once where it said that people who make themselves bigger, literally bigger, before situations where they might seem underconfident were able to be more confident, if that makes sense. I saw it in a public speaking class one time. For example, before an interview or even before talking in front of a group of people. Stretch yourself out. Get big. Don't be hunched up in a ball. That would translate to you feeling less confident if you were sitting bent over all nervous. I don't know if that helps, or if it's what you were asking, but that seems to help me feel confident in a nerve-wracking situation. A good fashion sense. I'm a guy and I got a few girls that I'm friends with to help me with my style. It helps a lot. I feel much more comfortable, and even some girls have been flirting with me more too. Good fashion ups your self-confidence by a lot. Do things that scare you. Could be little. Could be big. Could be standing on a corner giving strangers a high five or asking out that hottie at the bar. When you take steps outside your comfort zone, you teach yourself you can handle a lot more than you thought. It makes it easier to face your fear and do things you want to do, which gives you confidence. Try new things. You'll build confidence as you gain skills or as your interests grow. It seems counterintuitive because you have to take a risk with new things, but each step of progress will make a difference in your outlook. Exercise. Eat right. Therapy. Affirmations. Tell yourself that you believe in yourself and your capabilities several times a day. Practice what you want to get good at. Start small. And build. Get comfortable at spending time alone. Travel. Take pride in your appearance. Buy clothes that fit you and that are fashionable. Get a haircut that complements your facial structure. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Take care of your personal hygiene. Thanks for watching, mate. Make sure to smash that subscribe button for more high quality content.